What is up, guys? So here we have a guide to the old Betsy fishing rod, which is the best fishing rod in the game. Now I'm going to take you step by step on how to grab this. And in the timeline you're going to find shortcuts to absolutely everything. So consult that if you want to jump around. So now at the start, I'm going to show you the locations of the state record boards. Now there are 3 locations for this. And if you want to skip past this section, just again, consult the description and head to Skylar's Quest. But as you can see, on the left is always going to be the trout, no matter which region you're in. And on the right is going to be the region-specific fish. And there are some names for you. That is the Holland Valley area. Alright, next we're going to go to Hope County. Oh, this is the Hope County Jail, which can be found in the east. I'm thoroughly looking forward to playing this game on the most hardest difficulty setting, and the use of your roster and your companions is absolutely awesome. You can strategize so much better, set them up at opposite sides of bases and shit like that. But anyway, in here you're going to find the bass species right over there, and let's show you some names. Alright, one more board to show. This is going to be up in the northwest, a place called Wolf's Den, and this is an underground facility. And if it isn't unlocked, then just do some story missions or do some other shit and it'll unlock eventually. You'll get a mission to go up there.
I know what I have to do.
Quite a windy path. But head to this room, and then you know you got to take a right, and then a left. When you hit the flag again, take another left, and you'll get to the shop. And on the board over here, you're going to find your salmon and the greyling, pretty cool little fish. Kokanee, and again on the left is the trout, and the Chinook salmon. Okay, now you know where those locations are. Probably want to take a picture of them or something. Or again, you can use the shortcuts in the description. Next, you want to head over to Skylar's missions. Now, this is in the west. I'll zoom out right there. Well, northwest, kind of. Pretty close when you start. Head down this road. And you see her banging on the gate, or on the door. And I got this quest from a random guy on the road as well, so that's going to be pretty random. But do everything you got to do with her, and I'm going to take you quickly the steps to do it. Start the first one, Tools of the Trade. That is the first of 3 quests you must do for her. Okay, so he's chucked all the shit out, grab it, and we can go do some fishing. Alright, so we follow her down to the river. We're going to go hook something, and she's going to give you a couple of things to do. Just by catching simple fish, we'll be able to slap this out pretty quickly.
Anyways, see those midges over there? And that splash means there's fish begging to be caught. Hey, you got a rod? Give it a go.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is activate your Fisher King perk. This will just improve your stats in general. And if you're going for trout, you need to make sure you have the trout bugger lure. You might not have it now, but it just does make it a bit easier. More chance of catching the weight that you need. But I would highly recommend coming back to these spots or to the hard spots with your best rod, making the catch weights much easier to get. But if you want to stick around and try and go for the weight that you need for the record, go for it. Okay, so the next quest is going to be Gone Fishing, and this requires you to catch a certain amount of certain fish, which you'll find out in a couple of seconds. And if you can't talk to her straight away, just come back a bit later, or do a couple of missions and come back.
Keep practicing and maybe I'll have some.
But she's going to congratulate you and so on, and then you must go off and catch these other fish for her. And after that, we'll be able to do the Admiral.
So, the Admiral is one tricky bugger to catch, and I had a thought that it might be easier if we did it together.
Alright, so now we're off to catch some bass and salmon. Let's have a look at those locations. First one, again, there's going to be quite a few locations for each one. Just going to show one of them. This one is in the east, just to the west of Hope County Jail. And again, this is a hard spot. So you could try and go for the pack weight or the fish weight that you need, but again, I'd recommend coming back with the strongest rod, making it a shed load easier. Okay, so this is what the location looks like, but I'm not going to show the whole thing. Just going to catch the bass.
Be your own little bubble of peace.
And get the fuck out. Okay, so the salmon, again, one of the locations is up here in the north, just to the northwest of the Fang Center. Alright, so catch our salmon, then we're going to head back to Skylar, and we're going to attack this Admiral.
Hey, you there? It's Skylar. If you think you're ready to catch the Admiral, I'm down at the Claggett Boathouse. Got everything ready for us. Just waiting on you.
Alright, so now we've done those missions, we're going to head back down to Skylar to complete and to attack the Admiral. Let's speed this up.
I had the Admiral. I fucking had him on my line, but the goddamn Peggies came out of nowhere.
Alright, so head to the map marker. I had some shit with some Peggies,
From the pier. You're almost there.
but we will skip past that. Now I wanted this to be a day fish, but unfortunately it just took too long with those Peggies, so I apologize for the darkness. But I think I got him on the second cast. If you want to skip this, just go to 7.5 minutes and we can continue then.
You gotta be kidding me.
Holy shit, you caught him. You actually caught him. Oh my god. Nice job. Come on back.
Size of that thing? Shit, I can't believe it. Folks have been trying to catch the Admiral since, like, before I was born even.
I don't know how I can ever thank you enough. Take care of yourself.
Okay, so now that is done, I can start showing you the hard spots for these fishing locations. And again, there's going to be more than one for some of them. And here is the Wonderboy fishing rod, which you got for completing the Admiral quest, and Skylar's quest line in general. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the spots for the hard locations. And there will be more than one, as I've said before, but only need to show you one. And now you've got to make sure you have the correct lure. And at the moment, this is the trout, the golden trout that is. And you need 4 pounds for this guy. And you must equip the trout bugger. Right, with this catch, I don't catch a 4-pounder, but I do catch one a couple of casts later. I'm just showing you the locations for now. Alright, next up is the rock bass, and you need a 3-pounder. And the lure that you want to equip is the bass popper. And what did I get on this one? 2 point something. Okay, so again, not the amount that I need, but just showing you the locations. I'll probably do a guide where I try and catch the biggest fish with the best rod, just to see what the biggest one is actually in these waters. Alright, so this location is the smallmouth bass, and you need 6 pounds for this guy. Managed to grab it there. Alright, next up we have the bull trout, and this again is just one of the hard locations. It can be found just to the southeast of Rere's farm, pretty close to home. And again, Copperhead Rail Yard, just to the left of it. Okay, so for this guy, you want a 21 pounder, and you want to use the trout bugger lure. Did I get him? I do not remember. Yes, 22. Alright, next up is the lake trout. And that's going to be found up in the north. And for this guy, you need a 37 pounder, and you should use the trout bugger lure. Alright, 42 pounds. Okay, next up is going to be the rainbow trout. And for this guy, you need a 28 pounder, and you should use the trout bugger lure. And he's going to be just to the southwest of Ray Ray's farm. Again, close to home. One of my favorite spots, just a pity about the road right there. Alright, so like I said before, you need a 28 pounder. So that one's in the bag. Okay, next up we have the largemouth bass. This can be located in the east. And for this guy, you need 8 pounds. And I would use the bass popper lure. Also quite a cool spot, the water rushing against you. Alright, next up is going to be the Arctic Greyling salmon, and you need a 3 pounder for this guy, and you should use the salmon egg lure, and this is in the far west in the mountains. Pretty cool looking fish as well. And you have a town right there. Which is the Wolf's Den, which is where you were earlier. Okay, also a fairly cool spot. Actually a very cool spot. Okay, so 3 pounder. That's the score. It is just there. Okay, next up we have the Pallid sturgeon. This can be found in the southwest, just underneath the Lamb of God church, or should I say south of said church. And for this guy, you need a 55 pounder, and you should use the hybrid sturgeon lure. Here we go.
Not too many of them left.
Nice and big, these fish. Awesome spot, location as well. And another incredible location. And it is located as well down to the southwest, just next to Ray and Sons Aviation. I think that's what it's called. Okay, again for this guy, you need the 112 pounder and the hybrid sturgeon.
You caught it.
And also a very large fish. There, 111, so I just missed that one. But again, I caught one fairly soon afterwards. Okay, so the last one is going to be the Kokanee salmon. And this is going to be all the way up in the mountains to the northwest. And for this guy, you need the salmon egg lure, and you need to catch a 6 pounder. Just a reminder, you've got all your shortcuts in the description, so consult that if you want to jump around. Especially for those fish weights, can be very useful. Okay, Kokanee salmon, 6 pounder. Yep, just got it. Alright, lastly we have the Chinook salmon. This can be found in the northwest corner, just northwest of Fang Center. And there's a couple of these spots along here. And for this one you'll need 27 pounder. And after that we can head to the shop and buy our rod. And for this you want to use the salmon egg, of course. Alright, so after you've done all that, we can head to any general shop. And right then, we will have the old Betsy fishing rod ready to go. Head back to those hard spots and see what size fish you can grab. There she is right there. And my trophy popped right over there. Sometime afterwards for some reason. But it doesn't matter. Alright guys, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. I really hope you found it informative and enjoying this game as much as I am. This fishing aspect is absolutely amazing. I got a couple more guides on the way, especially for the most difficult modes, so look out for that. So again, I want to say thank you so much for watching, guys, and I want to catch you on the next one.
Right behind you.
Yay!